So I've talked a lot here and on Instagram and Facebook about positive affirmations and using positive affirmations to call amazing things into your life, really to reprogram your subconscious mind, something that I've been using for years and has truly been a game changer. And there are some of them just feel so good, like it feels so good to feel so good. And my life is rapidly transforming in beautiful, abundant, and aligned ways. And we are feeling good. Saying things like this helps us feel even better. But what about when things feel shitty? It really doesn't feel good or aligned to say, I am living a life beyond my wildest dreams. So, what do we do when things get hard? And it could be, I mean, there's a lot of things. It could be we are feeling discouraged, things aren't working out the way we had hoped or planned, or it could be just really scary shit, accidents, illnesses, stuff like that, the really hard, scary stuff. So you can still use affirmations, but we're going to use some softer, gentler affirmations because the whole idea is they need to feel aligned for you. And there's some things you can do in addition to this. So first of all, and speaking from my own life, just last night, I received a phone call and then which led to more phone calls, including some middle of the night phone calls. Somebody close to me was having a legitimate emergency and I couldn't be there physically. And that's a really hard thing. And I didn't have all of the information. That's a really hard place to be. So here are some things that I did. And spoiler alert, everything is looking much better today. First thing I did is, and this is something that I learned from a mentor of mine, I said to myself, what can I appreciate right now? What can I be grateful for in this moment? So I was grateful that I was in a safe place. I was grateful that my phone was charged and I could have these conversations. I was grateful that this person was in a safe place. So I just looked for all the things that I could find to appreciate and be grateful for in that moment. I was grateful that I had made it safely home. I was grateful for so many things. So you look for these things that we can immediately appreciate in the moment, no matter how rough the moment is. And the more you get used to doing this, when you have a regular gratitude practice, it's just something that you're going to learn to call on. So again, you don't wait till the shit hits the fan and then implement this stuff. Just start learning to be appreciative and grateful for all the little things in life. Another something that can be extremely helpful and that you better believe I was doing even while I was on the phone and on hold and things like that. The 6-2-7 breathing technique that I've taught so many times here, it's here on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's Facebook, everywhere. And we'll practice it real quick, where you inhale for a slow count of 6, hold for 2, and exhale for 7. And you can do this repeatedly. Again, it's best to practice this when you don't need it so that you can call on it when you do. But we're going to do this real quick right now. We're going to do 2 of these. We're going to breathe in for a slow count of 6. It's great if you can close your eyes through your nose, hold for 2, and exhale for 7. Use it through your mouth if possible. Here we go. Breathe in for 6. Hold for 2. Exhale for 7. And again, breathe in for 6. Hold for 2. Exhale for 7. How good does that feel? So when you do this, you are activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Anytime the exhale is longer than the inhale, that activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which gets us more into a rest and digest rather than fight or flight, which is what we're in usually too much of the time. It also, that uneven counting just brings us into the present. So that's another great thing to rely on. But now let's talk about some affirmations that you can use. One of my favorites when things just aren't going the way I had anticipated is, what's meant for me will not pass me by. Sometimes we think we know what's best, but there's something even better. We're not thinking big enough. So this can apply to so many things in life. What's meant for me will not pass me by. Or you could say, what I seek is also seeking me. Another good one, this is from Louise Hay. I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but all is well. And out of this situation, only good will come. And truly believe that. And know that even when things are not looking good, believe that the best is coming out of it. The best is yet to come. And then another one that has been so helpful for me, especially when we get a little overwhelmed by a situation and how it can possibly work out, and we're trying to think and figure it all out. Stop, take a breath, maybe that 6-2-7 breath if you can, and then say, I am willing for this to be easier and more magical than I can imagine. So that works for so many things. I've used it when I'm really stressed out about business stuff, or working on a project that I can't, or techie stuff that I can't figure out, which is sometimes me. Or just when life throws you that curveball and this thing just looks so hard and so difficult. I am willing for this to be easier and more magical than I can imagine. And some other good ones, even if you're like waking up with some type of anxiety or thing, it's okay. I'm okay. I am safe and I am loved. Again, when you're feeling anxious, stressed, worried, there's no point in saying, I'm living a life beyond my wildest dreams, I'm okay. I am safe. I am loved. So save this if you found it helpful. If you're enjoying my content here on YouTube, I would be truly honored if you subscribe to me or share the message. Let's get the word out there. You can love your body and your life at any age. Thanks for being here.